And then let's put up that pole here. Pray, little hope. 11th hour. Ah, and Ellie's redeemed some points here while I was working on putting up that pole. Ellie wants some jumping jacks, some push-ups, and a hydrate. We can do those things. We can most definitely do those things. So, as for the hydrate, I need water, so... Thank you, Ellie, for those point redemptions. Always appreciated. Let's see, where were we? Story-wise, the sea rises. I saw a news article earlier today where apparently they're back in talks with Microsoft about bringing this game to the Xbox. Wishes to share some final words on the coming mission prior to departing from Limsa. Well, rather than actually play that class, let's play this one. This is at least more on par to level. More queue times to log in, joy. Well, I mean, to be fair, also, this is also Adamantoise, so, I mean, timing may be a little different than Balmung. Menphilia wishes to share some final words on... I already read that. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse would be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventually inevitable. Yet, so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time and will doubtless have valuable information to share. I can also purchase some gear, so I should probably do that while I'm here. Oh, if Xbox joins in? Yeah, probably. Though then again, it really probably wouldn't affect Balmung too much just because there's no space. Okay, let's see. And then... where am I going? I mean, I've got friends who've been wanting it to come to Xbox for a long time. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Welcome, friends. I take it Ishtola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we do not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanaland to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the science support in this endeavor. But if the gods forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have found sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn in on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with my own eyes. So it looks like we're playing Fear Extraction Point starting tomorrow. Okay, I'll hook up the Xbox 360 and we'll play through that. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Corp Fox, our scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falk Brida has charge of the garrison. So we need to go to Aleport. I really need to... Organizing skills can be a pain. Looks like they've changed samurai skills around a little bit since the last time I actually played it. Well, played it to any meaningful extent. I've been expecting you to sign the 7th Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Growing ever more agitated by the minute. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sopsa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before, and we must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain the fate of, if it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sopsa, all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to pretend those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion that they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however, we can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. I missed my landing. Oh, so in here somewhere. There they are. Or there he is. No, I didn't mean to link that. Make your own way, yep. I've still got more people to go save. Clean up these corpses here. Make this beach a little prettier. Corpses don't belong on beaches. Not at all. Forgot I'd unlocked flying in these areas. You've returned! Thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Here, I magically turned them into flowers, and here they are. Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but no torture and maim does this savagery know no bounds? Anyways or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. I don't know why I talked to you. Go away. Awaits the commencement of the operation with barely concealed rage. Thrice damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand. Savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sopsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priests presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue, Commander. You have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land here is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-same moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Zog in defensive effort. Illusionist Shola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversions should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Ugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle round to join the infiltration unit of Shola and Illusion. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Menphelia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you friends to battle. I don't know, that sentence structure there of that entire line was just odd. When last did we fight side by side? Too long ago, I warrant, but come, let us away. That is an ugly-ass helm now that I'm looking at it. It's like, here, let's set a giant rock on top of your face. Ade coming in with a couple hydrates here. I'll do those as soon as I'm actually able to safe to do so here, Adi. Thank you for all the hydrates and the push-ups and jumping jacks there. We'll fly up to safety here so I can do those things. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hydrates, a thing of jumping jacks, and a thing of push-ups. I don't have enough water for 8, so we'll finish this cup and then I'll go up and get more here. And when I'm up, I'll do the jumping jacks and the push-ups. Okay. Thank you. We'll do the last couple of hydrates here. And now I don't think I've forgotten about Kenna. I just don't have it yet. I still have your request saved here. Well, I proposed doing a stream of Ring Fit Adventure once as a community challenge, and the goal never got met. And there just hasn't ever really been enough enough viewership or participation to really think that trying to do it again would actually be worthwhile. I'd honestly much rather do a cooking stream. But I guess I could try to do another community challenge and try to see if we could meet the points requirement to do that I'd set. Because I mean, 3 hours of Ring Fit Adventure, that's gonna hurt.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency. To the Aetheryte!
There's everyone else with blades and Ashtola there with a stick. Little better than a twig. It's like, wait, what just happened to my friends? Oh, never mind. I have no
You'll
brain.
forgive me my lateness.
And of course, Manfili just stands there staring, never once lifts a finger to do anything.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. but no more. Your time is at an end. You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Ah! Such power! It is transcendent!
How can you see anything over your hat?
Seven hells.
That sounds about right.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift. I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
We would find ways.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. But it should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Leviathan needs energy to keep himself around, so...
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
That's not altogether surprising. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If this the last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet hell and the seven hells are ready to prevent it. It's brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight carries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none of that, you may be sure, but Lemlayan herself would struggle best to lure the world in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. The cacophony of noise that was whatever the hell that was. You're expecting the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye. The thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement. Even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it?
It's a good question.
The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
This is a dumb idea.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabie Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsolominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Being held as gods also exists in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore. But I confess I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have some face-to-face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judge it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to Yellowjacks, the man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. You don't know what to do, you're either game or sleep. Sleep game? I am disciplined put to any store by this claim, and even should it be true. As this Chola said, none of the company, save the company of heroes, have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered limbs of survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man if his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage? Should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Illusion, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lenasia. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. I mean, I'm sure there's games that somehow play off of you sleeping. I don't know. I'm sure someone's tried to pull it off or create such a thing. Now look here, you'll have your bloody story right after you carry the sack of grain over to the mill. It's this guy again. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chugwood tails, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Godsman, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? Well, I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Tractum ain't a generous soul. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting. The tale of Tractum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviathan. Now, Leviathan is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide across as me members long, and that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of me hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates and the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some say we can never truly beat Leviathan, that we've got to learn to live with them and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. It's you. Oh fuck, I'm screwed. Sorry, I didn't mean. I was just enjoying the attention. Is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in Chocobo Dung. I have to lie to women and to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Remember, Steiny is pathetic. God, this guy is so... I sure as hell didn't fight Viabetes, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering about the harbor when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent, some mums off the coast with a fleet of galleons making straight for it. Cannons firing, I was so bloody scared I sold myself right there and then. What? Oh god, just remember that day made me soil myself all over again. Really? Hey, wait, if you're asking after Leviathan, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't ya? Well, take care, he really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or on the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless, lying whoreson, I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo Dung. Illusion, this is Menphilia. Were you able to learn out of use against Leviathan? Beg your pardon, Leviathan? I see, that is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We wait you at the Morbid Drive docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel of the Whirl Eater color is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she's fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The Whirl Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Since ready to send you off to your encounter with the Lord of the Whirl. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Whirl Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she is capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Families are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it'll use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. But I don't want to do manual things. Just do it for me. Make my life easier. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ishula, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your divisionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I would volunteer my blade. We'd welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sopsa, I dare say the Fishhawks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ishola, if you would join the 3rd Levy and Lady Ugiri the 5th. But words have I for the woman who has made sport of slaying gods. Only these, go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I'd echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. Know that we will have the utmost faith in you, Illusion. May the crystal bless and keep you. Now, let's see here. Shouldn't be too much longer till Q pops. Now it's starting to build up some traction. We at least got one DPS showing up. Oh, we had one DPS there. They're now gone. Oh, come on, Leviathan. Or should we say Leviabetus, or whatever your name is. Looks like once, if Q ever does pop, looks like that's where I will finish for tonight. yeah, we got the second wind skill. Oh, there we go. Finally shows up. No one clicked the thing in time. Oh well, you'll have that. I don't know. This kind of opening music here doesn't really seem to fit this fight. At least I don't think it does. Oh yeah. There we go, we did the thing. We will live. We will live. There we go. Beat it to death. Okay. Let's go report. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. Ahem, I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam, and on that note, the Admiral waits you in the command room.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
He's like, yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well.
And that they do
Besides,
very well.
Your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Well, that you are.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
No, she doesn't.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Uh-huh.
Minfilia,
Nice save,
please.
Minfilia. Well, it was sort of a save.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
Very good point.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
Very true.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Okay. And with that done, let's take a look and see who's out there to raid. Let's see. Let's raid Beauregard again. When we move over, go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat. When we move over, I'd like to thank everyone for coming along. Tomorrow we'll be diving into Fear Extraction Point. Till then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.